You know what's worse than a girl never being interested in you? A girl who was into you. Like genuinely, clearly, obviously into you. She was texting first. She was laughing at everything you said. She was giving you all the signs. And then one day, out of nowhere, the energy shifted. The replies got shorter. The vibe got colder. And now you're sitting there replaying every conversation, trying to figure out what went wrong. And here's the painful part, bro. You didn't do something big and obvious. You didn't cheat. You didn't ghost her. You didn't say something crazy. You just did a few small things, quietly, consistently. And those small things added up until the attraction just drained out like a slow leak in a tire. This video is about that leak. I'm breaking down the 7 reasons women lose interest even after they were into you. And I'm telling you right now, at least one of these is going to hit different. Let's get into it. Number 1. You made her the main event too fast. She gave you a little attention and you acted like she handed you a trophy. Suddenly, your whole day revolved around whether she replied. You were checking your phone every 10 minutes. You were rearranging your schedule. You were thinking about her constantly, and it leaked into how you communicated. Here's what happens when you do that. She can feel it. Not because she's psychic, because your energy shifts. Your texts get more eager. Your tone gets a little too available. Your responses come a little too fast. And what was once a guy she was curious about becomes a guy she feels responsible for. And that's where attraction dies. Women are drawn to men who have a life, a real one, not a performance of one. If the moment she shows interest, you drop everything and center your world around her, she doesn't feel special. She feels pressure. She feels like she accidentally signed up for something she didn't ask for. Stay rooted in your own life. Keep doing your things. Let her be an addition to your world, not the whole world itself. That's what keeps the energy right. Number 2, you stopped being the man she met. Think about when she first got interested. What was that version of you like? You were probably a little more relaxed, a little more playful. You had opinions. You pushed back a little. You weren't trying too hard because you didn't know yet if you liked her either. Then she showed interest and something switched. You started trying to maintain it. You got careful. You started softening your opinions so she wouldn't disagree with you. You stopped teasing her because you didn't want to risk it. You became agreeable, careful, safe. And bro, safe isn't attractive. The guy she liked had edges, had personality, wasn't afraid to say something real. The moment you started managing her feelings instead of just being yourself, you became a different guy. And she noticed even if she couldn't explain it. Don't disappear trying to keep her. The version of you that attracted her is the version you need to stay as. Number 3, you moved from confident to clingy without realizing it. This one is subtle. It doesn't happen all at once. It's a slow slide. First, you text her good morning. That's fine. Then you text her good night. Also fine. Then you start texting her when you don't hear from her for a few hours. Then you start double texting when she doesn't reply. Then you send a, "You okay?" when the vibe feels off. And now you're checking in constantly, monitoring her energy, treating every shift in her mood like an emergency. That's not care. That's anxiety wearing the mask of care. And women feel the difference. Real confidence says, she'll get back to me when she gets back to me. Clingy energy says, why hasn't she gotten back to me? What does it mean? Should I say something? Is she losing interest? Here's what clingy actually communicates. I don't trust this. I don't trust her. I don't trust myself. And that lack of trust is visible. It shows in how often you reach out, in how quickly you respond, in how your tone changes when she's a little distant. Women don't lose interest in you because you care. They lose interest when your caring starts to look like you need reassurance more than you need a connection. Number 4, you let the mystery die. Early on, she didn't know everything about you. She knew pieces. She knew you were interesting. She knew there was more to find out. That curiosity is part of what made her want to keep talking to you. Mystery isn't a game. It's just not oversharing. It's letting things unfold. But then you got comfortable. And comfortable is good to a point. past that point, it becomes an information dump. You started telling her everything, your full schedule, every thought in your head, every frustration from your day, every detail of your past. You left nothing for her to wonder about. And curiosity is the engine that drives a woman's interest forward. When the engine stops, so does she. You don't have to be fake or weird about it. Just understand that you don't have to fill every silence. You don't have to update her constantly. You don't have to share everything as soon as it happens. Let her want to know more. Let her ask questions. A man who has depth but doesn't pour it all out immediately is fascinating. A man who tells you everything on day 3 has nothing left to discover. Number 5, you started seeking her approval. Pay attention to this one because it's one of the most common mistakes, and most guys don't even notice they're doing it. It shows up in small ways. You tell a joke and then immediately look at her reaction to make sure it landed. You share an opinion and then quickly add, "But that's just me, you know." You do something and then ask, "Was that okay?" You check in, you confirm, you adjust yourself based on how she reacts. That's approval seeking, and it is the fastest way to flip the dynamic from you being the guy she's attracted to into you being the guy she manages. Here's the truth. The man who needs her to validate his humor, his choices, his personality is not the man she wants to be with. She wants the man who says something and doesn't need the reaction to feel okay about it, who does things and doesn't need a thumbs up, who has his own internal compass and trusts it. Stop looking for her to tell you you're good enough. Be good enough without her input. That's what she's waiting for. Number 6, you were always available, no exceptions. She called, you answered. She asked, you did it. She wanted to hang out, you cleared your entire calendar. She was upset, you dropped everything. She needed something, you were already on the way. And yeah, it sounds like a good thing on the surface. Attentive, caring, reliable. But here's the reality. When a man is available for everything with no resistance, no limit, no moment where he says, "Actually, I've got something going on tonight," he communicates one very specific thing, that he has nothing more important than her approval. And women don't want to be your most important thing before you really know each other. That's not romantic. That's overwhelming. It puts all the emotional weight on her. If you have no life pulling you away from her, if you're always there, always ready, always available, she starts to feel like she's holding you hostage without meaning to. Have things that matter to you, things that compete for your time in a healthy way. Your work, your training, your friendships, your goals. Be someone who is genuinely busy sometimes, not as a tactic, as a reality, because a man with momentum is a man worth chasing. Number 7. And this one is most guys completely miss. You needed it to work too much. There's an energy that comes from wanting something badly, from needing an outcome, and it's invisible until it becomes very visible. When you're too invested too fast, when the idea of her not choosing you starts to feel unbearable, that need seeps into everything. It changes how you talk to her. It changes how you carry yourself around her. It changes the decisions you make. You stop being present in the conversation because part of your brain is always calculating, does she like me? Is this going well? Am I losing her? And she feels that. She feels the pressure of it. She feels like there's an invisible expectation sitting on every interaction. Bro, detachment is not coldness. It's not playing games. It's not pretending you don't care. It's genuinely being okay with how things go. It's knowing that your value doesn't hinge on whether this specific girl chooses you. It's being grounded enough to enjoy the process without white-knuckling the outcome. The moment you're okay if it works and okay if it doesn't, something in your energy relaxes, and that relaxation is magnetic. She stops feeling like the object of your need and starts feeling like someone having a real interaction with a real man. That's when things shift. That's when she leans in. Here's the bottom line. She didn't lose interest because you're not enough. She lost interest because somewhere along the way, you started acting like you weren't. You shrunk. You over-adjusted. You made her the center of a universe that should have you at the center of it. This isn't about being cold or playing hard to get. It's about being a man who is genuinely rooted in himself, who has a life,
who has standards, who doesn't collapse when someone he likes shows him attention. The good news is that these things are all fixable. Every single one of them comes down to the same core shift. Stop performing for her and start living for yourself. That energy, that grounded, unbothered, purposeful energy, that's what she was attracted to in the first place. Go back to that. Drop a comment and let me know which one of these hit closest to home. I'm willing to bet number 5 or number 7 got you. And if you want to go even deeper on this, the next video breaks down the exact habits that make women naturally drawn to you before you even say a word. No games, no tricks, just the real stuff. Go watch it.